Welcome to another edition of the Cornhole Insider Podcast, a rare in-studio version. We've been doing a lot of cornhole strategy stuff, my son and I, and we'll have more of those coming out. We've had a great response to those. But today we're going to be back in studio here because we're going to give you an update on the Badgerland Brawl coming up, Bags Brawl. We want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank State Farm, and I want to thank Ruthless Bags for sponsoring also before we get into this, I want to reveal, this will show up on our next cast, but let me show you guys a picture here of our brand new boards we're going to be using for our podcast. Now, Wreck-It Boards gave us a nice set of Northern Wisconsin cornhole boards that you guys can see there. So we thank Kyle Ralph for dropping those off in Mosinee last week, and we got a chance to meet his parents over there. He's a Wisconsin guy living down in Texas, so it's pretty cool to get to meet his parents and pick up this set of boards that he is providing to our podcast, just to make sure that, well, maybe it'll help me throw better. I think that's what he was thinking. They would be a little less bounce. So everybody knows Wreck-It boards. They're just right. such good boards. Yep. So we've got Stacey and Aaron Washa with us today, and we are talking about the Badgerland Bags Brawl. Everybody's talking about it in the Midwest. And we're just going to kind of give you guys all the latest information, and so you can plan for this big event. And Stacey, I know and Aaron, the plans are still kind of ongoing here, but things are pretty set schedule-wise, aren't they?
Yeah. Getting there.
Yeah.
Progress always. Yeah.
Give us the date.
I think format-wise, I think we're pretty set. So
okay, give us the dates and location. 11th. For those hearing about
November 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, November 11th through the 13th. Location is Wisconsin Dells, Ho-Chunk Casino, Ho-Chunk Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells. Which, if you are not familiar with the Dells, it's a very popular vacation destination all over. So bring your family because there's tons of indoor water parks and just
parks.
A little bit of everything.
Zoos, random exploratories, and tons of stuff to do for the whole family. So look it up online. Yeah.
And they gave this tournament a pretty nice hotel rate too for that weekend, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah. Their going rates usually about, I think, 180, 190 a night, and we got 109.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So and sure to get those rooms booked.
Since we last talked, we also expanded the space that we have. So before we had one ballroom, and now they doubled it and we have two. So we were able to expand the amount of teams that we're able to let into 256.
That's a lot, but we've got some big money coming up with this. So give us kind of the schedule, first of all, what we're talking about. Friday night running right through Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so give us a what do we got on Friday?
We'll do a switcholio. Saturday will be doubles, and then on Sunday we'll do singles.
Okay, so the Friday switcholio, that'll be a walk-up type of thing. As far as if they want to be a part of that, they can just pay for that day, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we'll be there, getting there Thursday to set up, and so everything will be all set. Doors will open Friday at 4, scheduled to start the switcholio at 6, and then Saturday doors open at 9, and pool play starts at 10. And then after doubles, we will have an after party. Still working out the details on that, but Ho-Chunk is being really awesome and possibly opening a space that isn't typically open near the casino, and have a little gathering there and hang out and get the night started, and then everyone can go and gamble and do their thing. And Sunday morning, same thing, doors open at 9, singles will start at 10. Singles will be double elimination single game. You'll register for your proper division. And then for doubles on Saturday, that's going to be pool play. So far, it'll have about 8 different groupings for pool play of 32 teams in each one. And then 6 games of rounders. We're going to use the new Swiss that's available through
Swissfolio.
Yep, Swissfolio through Scoreholio. Thank you, Ben. He kind of sped that up for us. And then we will from there go into bracket play, which we've kind of ironed out, but we don't need to go into that much detail right now. But yeah.
All right. Now Ho Chunk is throwing in some pretty good amount of money here. Do we have a number so far that we're kind of estimating for first place in these?
Well, we've taken on multiple additional sponsors, but we have not ironed out the expenses and those details yet. So we're advertising out that $7,000 is added, but there will be an update on that. We just don't want to overcommit to anything before we know everything about the after party and all the expenses that are involved. But yes, so we've brought, so Ho Chunk is offered, an extra $5,000, which we announced last time, which is awesome. And so we have a total of 8 platinum sponsors. We have 4 gold sponsors and 3 gold sponsors and 4 silver sponsors. So for the platinum sponsors, we've brought on Coors Light, White Claw, Twisted Tea. We got Pudgy's Pub, Tin Can Roadhouse, Mosquito Inn, Sandbaggers Cornhole, Carbless, and West Georgia Cornhole, who is being amazing to help with boards and trophies and the pitch pads, things like that. Yeah, so we are definitely going to be able to go over the $7,000 added. We just don't know what yet.
Yeah, one thing we know for sure, there's going to be some really nice payouts. We know that.
Right,
Yeah.
With 7,000 added, and then you add in the entry fees. There's going to be some really payouts that the state of Wisconsin and really Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, or North Dakota, South Dakota, I don't think they've seen yet. So this is going to be pretty big.
Yes,
We hope so.
definitely.
We hope so. Aaron says, yeah, we need people to play.
As long as
obviously.
we get the entries that we're anticipating, definitely.
Yeah. If we get 256 teams, even at $7,000 added, when I ran the numbers, the first place in the platinum tier was, in the thousands.
Right.
And multiple thousands. And so then we have, and this is even paying out, 5 places in 4 divisions. So there's even it's going to be, there's a lot of money to be paid out that weekend. So every skill level come, because everyone has a chance everywhere.
Yeah, we want to encourage people that you're going to come, you're going to see some of the best throwers from around the country, definitely in the Midwest, and then have a chance to drop down into a lower division if that's where your skill level is, and still have a chance to grab a couple of bills and take it back into the casino and see what you can do with it, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right, exactly.
All right. Now, if
So,
anybody wants to
we're
be
excited.
if anybody wants to be a vendor at this place, if they've got something bags related or whatever related, we do have that available for the weekend too, right?
Yes, so I definitely have vendor space available. We have not filled that up as much as I would like yet. I wanted to have all the sponsors, if anyone's still considering sponsorship, the deadline is September 1st. So I do need to know that vendor space is a little more flexible.
Yeah.
We only have 2 or 3. We have a couple that haven't committed yet that have, shown interest, but I have 2 confirmed vendors. And then we also have Tito's that's going to be sponsoring a VIP lounge. So that will be there as well.
All right. Look who's joining us now. Mr. Baghdaddy, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Our ratings on our podcast have been dropping lately because we haven't had enough Mr. Baghdaddy on. So, all
I
right.
doubt that.
Good to see you, Al. So the sponsorships that you mentioned are available also. If there's a company from around the state or around the Midwest, they can just message you, I'm sure, through your Mad City Cornhole Facebook site. And the vendor part will be huge. This is going to be a very well attended event, I know, because it's going to draw, for those of you who are just kind of new to cornhole, maybe It's not only going to draw local players from Wisconsin and Minnesota, but with the numbers that we're talking for singles and doubles, I would anticipate some of the top players from other parts of the country, Stacey, are probably going to show some interest in this too.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I would love that.
Well, and it doesn't fall on an ACL weekend either, so that should draw some big names, I think.
Yeah, we know that for sure. A little inside information there is guaranteeing that it's not going to be on an ACL weekend. And what's really cool about this, we've got a little chats that we do between a lot of the directors in the Midwest and Wisconsin, is that the boards are there's going to be sponsors of groups of boards. So you're going to see a lot of really cool boards representing groups from all around the state of Wisconsin. I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yep. We have over 16 clubs so far that are sponsoring lanes.
Oh.
So there's going to be a great variety. And I'd love to get more. The lane sponsors are only $100. So
Entire
for
weekend.
the entire weekend.
Yep.
So you can't go wrong. We do require the boards to be the 3/4 inch, Baltic birch tops and, regulation boards. But yeah, we still have room for more.
Yeah.
It seems to me that you're gonna get a wide variety of skill levels in the players, like I hear a lot of players that just come because they want to be a part of it,
That's awesome. Yeah. And I mean, we are splitting it into 4 different divisions just for doubles and singles. So, I mean, everyone still has a chance to get in the money, and we're doing trophies too. So, yeah, that's, always exciting. I've never been in an event that, you have the trophies for, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And even when I play in singles in our ACL events, it actually isn't intimidating. I enjoy it because everyone in that division is around my skill level. I actually like it better. So I think people will be surprised if they're intimidated by it at all. I think once they're there, and by splitting it into that small of groupings for pool play, where you only have to go against 32 teams and you're playing true Swiss, it's going to be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
All right.
And
And
using
just-
PPR too. So
And like we said, do the math, folks. We got, 7,000 added in there. When you mentioned the 16 board sponsors and the entry fees, I mean, it's going to be a huge event that's going to draw players from all around the country. I think it's the Badgerland Bag Brawl, and we're talking with Aaron Washa and Stacey Washa, who are with Mad City Cornhole, and El Baghdadi is with us too, Mr. Al Murphy. And this is again in November, the weekend of November 11th, 12th, right in there. Okay, got that?
yep.
Yep, 11, 12, 13.
Yep.
Okay.
And at least $7,000 added. We will
Yeah.
definitely be increasing that. I just don't want to give any numbers yet until we actually iron everything out. So,
Right.
and then registration goes live September 1st. We are giving, it's Wisconsin.
Priority to the state of Wisconsin for the first
Yep.
12 hours.
Yep. And we have a nice clean way to do that, where we just provide the link to the Wisconsin directors to provide to their players. So I know people are kind of worried about that. So I wanted to update that the directors all over the state will have the link for registration and kind of provide it to their players for that first 12 hours. And then we'll open it up to everyone else after that. That'll be at like 6 a.m. on September 1st. And then at 6 p.m. we'll open it up to everyone. We'll make it public. And then everybody can just go right on Scoreholio, find the event and register.
Okay. So if you guys are thinking about having a tournament in your small town, don't schedule it that weekend because nobody's going to show up. Everybody's
Yeah.
going to be here at the Badgerland Bag Brawl. Talk
They,
about,
they might win.
yeah. Talk
Yeah, your
about
odds are better.
talk about the rounder process. You mentioned splitting up into like 4 different divisions. So I know one question people have is for singles and doubles, is everybody going to be in that everybody together in that rounders to start with, and then we're going to break it up from
No.
that, or is it going to be split up right away?
You will register for your proper division for singles. And we will, have registrations also beforehand for that. So we will, be filtering through and making sure that we feel that everyone is in the proper division. And if we if we have a concern, we'll reach out to a person directly, and address it, just like I do at my ACL regionals. But I trust that everyone will kind of know where they fall. So,
Yeah, and we know that
Are you gonna put a guideline out there for PPR and what divisions for that?
yes, we will. Yeah. And it's coming up here soon. I mean, it's September 1st, so we only have a couple weeks here, less than 2 weeks. So
All right, so keep an eye on, do you have an actual Facebook page for this event now, or should they go to Mad City Cornhole?
there's an event page
Yeah.
for it, not a separate Facebook
Okay.
page for it.
All right, so Mad City
And
Cornhole.
so if you at least say you're interested in it or say you're going, then whenever we post in it, you'll get a notification.
All right, very good. Well, it's going to be really a cool event. It's going to be fun to see it come together. I know you two have put in a lot of work, and some other directors also working on shirts and all kinds of different things, and more announcements will be coming. So be sure to like that event page on the Mad City Cornhole Facebook site. That way, anything changes, any updates in there, you guys will be first to know. So September 1st, you said it'll go live. 12 hours for the Wisconsin people, and then everybody else after that. I would suggest to people to look at it, make plans, because I think that number is going to be hit. I really do. That 256.
So I don't want to get too confident, but
Yeah.
either way, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
And for the teams, for the registration, to clear something up too, one person on the team has to be a Wisconsin resident. If they pair up with someone out of the state, that's fine.
Okay. For the doubles, one person on the
Yep.
team has to be a Wisconsin resident. But for
Just for
single,
that first 12 hours. Yeah. If
Oh,
you
for that
register
first-
within that first 12 hours,
Right.
it's okay if your partner is not a Wisconsin resident.
okay. All right. Very good. All right.
We've gotten some sample mugs that they've started making to kind of show we're
Nice.
working on hoodies and t-shirts and all kinds of, possibly some bag collaborations. I think we have three different bag companies working on possible bag collabs for the with some BadgerLand Bags Brawl bags. So we'll see what they come up with.
All right. Should be a big weekend. Al, anything else you want to ask the pair here?
Not really.
Yeah, some good info. We'll have you guys back on again, maybe late September, to kind of get another update. I know people really appreciate having the information right from the two head honchos mouse, and we'll continue to keep people updated, of course, on that Facebook site. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a big weekend. We're looking forward to it. So find a partner, whether it's a good one or not. Just be sure you're there for part or all of it. You have options of that switch holio Friday night, and then doubles or singles Saturday, Sunday, whatever. If you want to do all of it or just a little bit, it's going to be the biggest bag event, I think, that in the Midwest, as far as Wisconsin, Minnesota, North, South Dakota, and who knows how big it's going to get, right, Stacey?
The big teams.
We are capping it at a certain point, but
Stacey says only so big. Please, Joel.
And my palms are sweating already.
All right, I'm making her nervous. All right.
As it gets closer, I'm getting more and more nervous, but it'll be okay. It'll be
reality's starting to set into what we're getting into, but
it'll be good.
it'll be fine. It'll be
Well, the
perfect.
nice thing is you got a lot of people that are willing to help you the day of, a lot of directors that are willing to that day. So that's a big part of it. So
Yep.
it's going to be a fun day. All right. Well, Aaron, Stacey, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you Thursday. We're going to be down in Madison, coming our way to Iowa. Blake and I are going to stop in and make a little switch holio visit down there to you guys. So look forward to seeing you.
Definitely.
Thanks for taking time to join us. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks
Have
for
a great
having us.
weekend.
All right, you too. We're gonna let those two go, Mr. Baghdadi. We're gonna keep you in here
boy.
because I want to thank you. We had a picture earlier of our Wreck-It boards
Oh,
that Kyle Ralph was nice enough to donate to our Cornhole podcast strategy, and I'll bring that up once again here. And tell you what, these are really cool boards. And you see that on kind of on the right side there, that little, it looks like a little brown spot. He left a little knot in the wood just for the effect of the
Yeah.
northern Wisconsin. And it's really cool actually. And it's not, ridged or bump or anything. It's built right in there. So
He does great designs, and they're also great quality boards.
oh yeah. Yep. The first thing my son Blake said was, can I take those to college? And I said, well, I think we kind of got to use those for our podcast. So it's going to be a huge event in November. I know we're looking forward to it, and just we do talk a lot too, Al, about the number of events that continue to pop up. I mean, just in our area in northern Wisconsin, just tournament after tournament after tournament that just keeps popping up, and it's fun to see it continue to grow.
I think it's growing, but I think it's almost at the point where there's so many tournaments that they're not getting the big turnouts at one tournament that you used to see, like there's so many on the same day. It's just, it's a good thing, I guess, but get more people involved. But
Yeah. I mean, if people want attendance at their tournament, advertise it, put it on the Northern Wisconsin Cornhole site or whatever site is in your area. And you got to advertise it and schedule it ahead of time if you want people to come from around the area to your tournament. So got to promote it, because there's a lot of other ones out there that people will go to if they, if they see it first. So
yeah,
all right. So in the future, Mr. Baghdadi, we have, and this is something for people to look forward to. You and I, once Blake goes off to college, we're going to do a cornhole strategy podcast. You and I will handle technology. You looking forward?
we'll see who the popular one is on the cornhole strategy.
Oh, the ratings will spike.
We're gonna test that
with Mr. Baghdadi on there. All right. Hope you gave the dogs a good run today. Did you have them out running?
No, not today. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. All right. All right, Al. Thank you much. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of the Cornhole Insider Podcast, studio version here. And we'll have more strategy stuff coming up. Please hit subscribe. We've got nearly, I think, 750 subscribers now, over 37,000 views on the Northern Wisconsin Cornhole channel. It has gone really, really crazy. So hit subscribe on there. That's all we ask you to do. Thank you much.